Live. Oh, I'm a trip. I am live right now and ain't even in front of the camera.
In your mind.
Live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. I'm live and I ain't even live. I'm live without being live. But that's what we do over here. We make it do what it do. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If you're coming on, maybe you was looking and trying to figure out, okay, I hear a voice, but I don't see a face. I was walking around my office. I had to go get something out of my office before I sat down permanently. But welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. Today is Tuesday, December the 13th, 2022. And we're just, 18 days away from 2023, a new year. But guess what? I'm one of those people, and I'm of the mindset and the belief that no matter how close we are to a new calendar year, there's still time for you to do whatever it is you need to do to take your business, your finances, or whatever it is that you have in your life that you're up to the next level. So welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. Do me a favor, put in the comments what city you're watching your boy from today. I love to know what city you're watching me from today, because I'm going to be talking to you. I'm going to be discussing. We're going to have a little convo about how to schedule your day as an entrepreneur. This was actually one of the powerful questions that one of my coaching clients asked me last night during our weekly coaching call, which, by the way, I'm telling you, I know without a shadow of a doubt, the Millionaire Mentorship program that I have, which is a one-year coaching program, is a life changer, is a game changer. And if you've never had a coach, if you've never had a mentor, particularly in the area of your business and your finances, I urge you, I encourage you, of course, to reach out to me. I would love to be your coach and mentor. But at some point in your life, you have to at least give yourself a chance to experience having a business and a financial coach. And not only am I a business and financial coach, I have a business and financial coach. And I am honored, and I am always excited to be in his presence, to be among those that are around my business coach, and it has changed and transformed my life personally, professionally, and financially. And this is one of the reasons why I'm a proponent of it. To be honest with you, up until 2 years ago, I didn't even have a coaching program. It was something that I really wasn't interested in doing for so many different reasons. One in particular is because my primary means of business is consulting. And so my wife and I, we have consulted entrepreneurs, real estate investors, landlords. We've consulted clients for years. And it all started in the world of real estate, but it morphed into dealing with so many other aspects of business and entrepreneurship, because a lot of people in real estate are either business owners, they're investors, they're entrepreneurs, they may have other business activities going on. And so we just really found ourselves merging and morphing into business consultants for entrepreneurs and small business owners and startups as well. But for the last 2 years, since we've launched our business coaching division, it's been a joy. It's been a joy to work with all of my clients and mentees. But I'm telling you, if you're an entrepreneur, you just have to really put yourself in an environment and around people who can hold you accountable, who can educate you, and who can really keep you moving in the direction of your success. So with that being said, welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. I'm your host, Ramonepreston, and every Monday through Friday, just like today, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time, I come here on this show to give you information. That's what this show is all about. 12 o'clock noon every day, Monday through Friday, replays and all. We want to give you valuable information that we know can help you start, structure, and scale any business, any income stream that you have, okay? So with that being said, I want to talk to you today about how to schedule your day as an entrepreneur. And like I mentioned earlier, one of my coaching clients last night actually asked this question during my coaching call. because a lot of entrepreneurs have this problem. So let me begin by saying this. If you're a hustler, if you're a grinder, if you're a go-getter, if you don't mind getting out there scrapping and making things happen, it really doesn't mean that you are a legitimate business owner, because there's a big difference between a hustler, a grinder, a go-getter, and an entrepreneur. And there's a big difference between an entrepreneur and a legitimate business owner. All right. And so I want to see you grow through those stages and phases to get to becoming a successful business owner. But if you do have the entrepreneurial gene, even if you just doing it on the side, or if you shade tree and you ain't really got your business together, or maybe you just hustling and you got that go-getter in you, okay, that's entrepreneurial. But the biggest problem that a lot of entrepreneurs have is a lot of entrepreneurs don't have discipline on a daily basis. Okay, entrepreneurs typically lack discipline. They typically lack discipline. I know a lot of entrepreneurs who are gifted. They are skilled. Man, they got minds out of this world, but they ain't got no discipline. They ain't got no discipline, and they wonder why their businesses and their finances are inconsistent. So here's a good footnote for you. If your personal daily schedule is inconsistent, most likely your business and your finances are inconsistent. Let's just keep it 100. Let's keep it 100 now. Don't keep me out here by myself. If I'm keeping it 100, I want you to keep it 100. I'm gonna say it again. If your personal daily life and schedule as an entrepreneur, if your personal daily life and schedule is inconsistent, most likely your business and your finances are inconsistent. So how do I know that? Well, I know that for a lot of different reasons. Okay, so how to schedule your day as an entrepreneur. That's what we're talking about, okay? Now, how do I know that your business and your finances are negatively affected and they will be inconsistent if your personal daily life and schedule is inconsistent? Because for years, that's how I was. So you always hear me say it, and I say it because it may be new people that's watching. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for 19 years, okay? I've been married for 19 years. Me and my wife, we got married in 2003, and we had already made the decision. We had already made the decision that we was gonna be full-time entrepreneurs, and we was gonna figure it out. And my wife was willing to let me have my way as an entrepreneur, and she said, baby, I'm behind you, I'm with you 100%, I'm gonna support you, you go out there and be great. Now, it hadn't been easy financially for us to make that decision, but we made the decision. Now, again, when I started 19 years ago as an entrepreneur, I had hustle, I had grit, I had grind. I was willing to scrap. I didn't have a problem rolling up my sleeves and getting out there every day and figuring out a way to make money. But what I did not have was daily discipline. I didn't have daily discipline. And I hope this is a pain point for a lot of you who are entrepreneurs, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you got family members, you got a spouse, you got kids, and you got people that follow you and believe in you and depend on you, and you around here with no daily discipline. It ain't fair to them. So you need to get this together, and you need to get it together quickly, okay? So I didn't have daily discipline when I first started as an entrepreneur 19 years ago. Now, what do I mean when I say I didn't have daily discipline? I got up when I wanted to. So some nights I would stay up to 5, 6 in the morning studying and researching and reading and doing all this stuff for my business and my ministry and putting stuff together because I knew I was going to be the next best thing since sliced bread. And so I didn't have a problem going to bed 5, 6 in the morning and then getting up 11 o'clock in the morning or 12 o'clock noon, and I justified it because I felt like, well, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm free. Now if I get up at 12, I get out by 1 or 2, and I'll just go crush it to maybe 8 or 9 at night, and I'll make up. But what I did not realize was this inconsistency in my daily discipline created inconsistency in my financial activities. So even though I had spurts where I was making a little bit of money, I did not have consistency over long periods of time. I'm telling you, this is one of the biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs make. And I'm going to be the coach. I'm going to be the mentor for you today to check you and to challenge you and to hold you accountable. That if you are an entrepreneur, and you have the freedom and the flexibility to get up and go as you please and to do things on your own terms, and you do not have daily discipline when it comes to scheduling your day, you are not treating the people around you right, and you are disrespecting what entrepreneurship is all about. Because entrepreneurship is all about accountability. Entrepreneurship is all about freedom and flexibility with accountability, though. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I didn't have daily discipline. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was telling my mentees this last night. I did this all the way up to about 2017. So think about it. From 2003 to 2017, this is 14 years. I'm giving you my story. Because see, everybody can tell you all this stuff, but I'm telling you what I know firsthand. I know because I've lived it. So for 14 years, from 03 to 2017, I did not respect entrepreneurship the way I should. And the reason why I didn't respect entrepreneurship the way I should have was because I did not schedule my days as an entrepreneur. I didn't do good at that. I didn't get better at that. I didn't hold myself accountable to that. And because I was good enough to be inconsistent with my schedule and still make it happen, like for example, just because I didn't get up every morning before the sun came up for those 14 years, didn't mean I couldn't get up at 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon or 11 o'clock in the morning and get out there and make something happen. Man, I get out there and I burn rubber. I'll get out there and burn rubber. I remember there were many days, especially in my early days of these 14 years, when me and my wife was just full time, full force in real estate. And we was working with landlords. We were finding tenants. We were flipping houses. We were wholesaling deals. We were doing all that stuff, man. We was working with everybody on any level because we was getting paid however we could get paid when it came to real estate. So whether we were representing clients for purchasing properties or selling properties, or whether we were fixing up the properties, whether we were painting, putting carpet down, we were quarterbacking and to some extent contracting and playing the middleman for a lot of those deals. So I didn't have a problem getting up at 11 o'clock in the morning, eating, getting myself together, getting out the door by 1 o'clock in the getting out the door by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I'll go to a property that we working on and fixing, and I'll stay there till 2, 3 in the morning. So I would work 13, 14 hours straight. But here's the thing. Even though I had the ability and I was good enough to go out there and scrap and make it happen, I still didn't have my day schedule. I didn't have daily discipline. And so it wasn't until 2017 that I had like this awakening. I had this epiphany. I woke up one day and I looked up and I started, like really digging into my life. And I realized that, wow, man, you've done pretty well for yourself. I'm driving luxury cars. I'm living in a big house, and my ministry is growing. And we had all these beautiful things going on. We wasn't struggling. We were 6-figure earners, but I hadn't reached my full potential. I hadn't even tapped into my full potential. And so I started my journey to figure out, like, where did I go wrong? Why am I not able to really push myself to greater heights? And why can't I become financially free and be a millionaire? Like, where is the issue? And it took me from 2017 to about 2018. It took me about a year or so to realize that one of my biggest issues was that I felt like I was a night owl. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't anointed at 2 in the morning. I felt like those were the times and the hours of the day where all my ideas came. But I had to unlearn a lot of the things that I believed about that, and I had to relearn things that I now know. And what I realized and accepted between 2017 and 2018 was that a lack of daily discipline to schedule my day as an entrepreneur was one of the contributing factors to my lack of success. This was one of the reasons why I did not break through, like exponentially. So again, I'm a 6-figure earner at the time, but I ain't no 7-figure earner. I ain't making hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. I ain't doing it like that. And you know why? One of the contributing factors was I didn't have daily discipline to schedule my day as an entrepreneur. So this is why when I hear people tell me things like, I want to fire my boss, I don't want to work a regular job, I want to go start my own business. Sometimes when you do it for the wrong reason and with the wrong motive intention, it can be detrimental to you, because a lot of people say that as an excuse because they don't want accountability. They don't want to be forced to have to do certain things. Now, it don't mean you have to do it forever, but what it means is while you are doing it, be sure to become disciplined every day to have your schedules mapped out. Because if you don't do it while you're working on somebody's job, you're probably not going to do it when you're running your own business. And I know some people think, man, if I had my own business, I'll wake up every morning at 3 a.m. and I'll work out and I'll pray and I'll run around town and I'll call people all day. No, you ain't, because you don't have the discipline. You hadn't built the muscle. You just talking out the side of your head. You have to start doing it now. And if you can't do it where you at, I'm telling you, it's not going to happen where you're going. You have no idea, as a business consultant and coach, how many entrepreneurs I sit down with at tables or through Zoom calls or on phone calls who tell me they are 100% full-time business owners and they ain't got nan lick of discipline. Nan. And they wondering why they ain't making no money. I'm telling you why you ain't making no money. You're undisciplined. You're inconsistent in your own life. And when you're inconsistent and undisciplined in your own life, it shows up in your business life. Okay? So if you having money issues, if you having business issues, and you ain't seeing no increase, I want you to take a look at your daily schedule. That's what I want you to do. Okay? That's what I want you to do. The next time you hear entrepreneurs say, man, I just can't make no money, man. I don't know what's going on, man. I'm struggling. Ask them, what time do you wake up every day? And are you consistent in everything you do every day? Okay? So now let's get to the meat of this, since I've already kind of like whooped you a little bit, but I'm really pushing you and challenging you because you need somebody to coach you. You need somebody to mentor you. See, this is where mentorship and coaching plays a very important role. One of the things that I get from my coach and mentor and I give to my coaching mentees is I get accountability. I get accountability because I'm able to watch what my coach and mentor does. And I've always really been like that, even in ministry. I watch what my mentors do. And I'm like, wow, if they do this and they did this and they got that and they get that, then if I do this and do that, maybe at some point I'll get this and get that. And so I try to mimic that. I try to model after that. I try to become a master at what I see so that I can start seeing the same results or similar results that they're seeing. And so this is the power of having a coach and a mentor. So how do you schedule your day? Well, again, the first thing you need to do is to make the wealth decision. You need to make the decision that you want financial freedom. Because if you don't make this decision, you're never going to schedule your day. And even when you do schedule your day, you're not going to have enough commitment to endure the pain that you're going to feel when you hold yourself accountable to do certain things consistently every day. I'm telling you, inconsistency is your biggest enemy. Not a hater, not somebody trolling you on the internet, not the banks that don't want to give you a loan, not the system that's trying to keep you down. I'm telling you, inconsistency is going to be your biggest enemy. So how do you actually schedule your day as an entrepreneur? Well, first of all, you have to make that like, let me write that down. You have to make, I'm gonna put it this way, because some of y'all probably don't follow me enough to know what I be talking about. But you have to make the decision. You have to make the decision. You got to make the wealth decision. You have to make the decision to be wealthy. You got to make the decision that you ain't settling for nothing else. No mediocrity, no average. You ain't going to settle for struggling. You ain't going to try to make sense of not having it all. You making the decision to have everything you can possibly have. And when you make the decision, you are essentially saying to yourself that you are deciding to have freedom to do the things you want to do with no financial restrictions. So it all starts here. So when I talk to people and they give up because they ain't got the strength, and they start this and they stop this, and they got this business this week and then another business next week, and then they tell me this week I'm gonna start selling and marketing, and then 2 months from now, well, I stopped selling and marketing because I had to focus on this and blah, 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 blah. I know what's happening. What's happening is the resistance that they are experiencing and the inconsistency that they're accepting is coming from a place that they did not make the decision to go have it all and to go get it all. See, I'm fueled by this decision because, as I told my clients and my students and mentees last night, I have made the decision, the wealth decision, to want too much money. Like, I want too much money. I want too much money. See, that might not make sense to you, what I'm saying. I want too much money. And the reason why I want too much money, because I got too many people that need me to have too much money. I got people who need me. So I don't just want enough for me. I don't just want a certain dollar amount and I'm going to be happy and content and all I just want to do is be able to be comfortable. I don't want none of that. Y'all can have all that. I know people who want it like that. Hey, you can have it. You can have my part of just having enough. I want too much because I got a whole lot of people that I want to help. I got a whole lot of churches I want to plant. I got a whole lot of schools I want to start. I got a whole lot of communities I want to transform. I got a whole lot of real estate that I want to buy. I got a whole lot of businesses I want to buy. I got a whole lot of people I want to put on. Okay. So number one, you got to make the decision. Okay. Number two, you have to set a time. You have to figure out not necessarily what time you're going to go to bed, but you have to set a time to get up. You have to set a time to get up, okay? You have to become definitive on what time you're going to get up. This was the hardest part for me. Now, the reason why I don't want you to be focused on setting a time to go to bed, because it don't matter, really. Because if you set a time to get up, it don't matter when you go to bed. You either going to just be tired or well rested. But you're going to push yourself and discipline yourself and hold yourself accountable. So you need to set a time to give up. Now, when I first started scheduling my day as an entrepreneur, let me tell you what I did. I set a time for 5 o'clock a.m. And here's what's crazy. I made the commitment and the decision to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, but I did it on December the 31st. This was about 3-4 years ago. I made the decision on December the 31st. It was December 31st, 2018 to be exact, because I told you it took me about a year from 2017 to 2018 to get my mind wrapped around, I got to schedule my day. Because I was using a lot of excuses why I didn't have consistency and discipline every day with my schedule. So December 31st, 2018, I woke up that morning and I said, you know what? As of tomorrow, January 1st, 2019, I'm getting up every morning, 5 o'clock a.m. I forgot I was going to watch night service. And just so happened when we went to watch night service, which is the end of the year church service, it starts at like 10 o'clock p.m. And then it ended about 12. And then that year, out of all years, we ended up going out to eat. You know, I think we went to the Waffle House or something. It was crazy. I didn't get home till like 4 o'clock that morning. And then I had to get up at 5, but I forced myself to get up. Man, I was so tired that day. I worked out. I did everything I said I was going to do. And I did that for the first, I think, 30 days straight, because I was reading books, and that was a part of my challenge with some of the books. I had like a 30-day challenge to get up every day and be consistent doing the same thing. Now, from that time to this time, in a couple weeks, that would be 4 years since that started. From that time to this time, I have had so many times where I did not get up at 5, to the extent that I made the decision earlier this year. That I wasn't even going to marry myself to the idea of getting up at 5. Because what happens is, once you make the decision and you start committing yourself to scheduling your day as an entrepreneur, you start finding ways to get creative so that you're not boxing yourself in. And so you have to set a time to get up. Now, again, I started setting a time at 5:00 a.m. One of the reasons why I did that was because I was always a night owl, and I had to reset my mind. I had to reset my habits. I really had to force myself to become a morning person, because I probably read 20 or 30 books in 2018, and most of those books were written by wealthy people, most of whom got up before the sun got up, and they were all attributing a lot of their success to their schedules. And that's when I realized, man, I got to change the game. And I did, right? But the first couple years, I did 5 a.m. And I would feel so bad when I would hit the snooze button, because I have my 15-minute, I think I have like 8-minute snoozes. And you know, you just keep hitting the snooze button. But for the most part, I was consistent, okay? And then when I came into this year, of course, my business has grown, my organization has grown, my burdens have grown, my stress and anxiety and everything else has grown just within the last 3 or 4 years since I started this new journey. I realized that I didn't want to marry myself to 5 a.m. I made the decision and the transition to commit to beating the sun up. So now what that did was that gave me a window, so that if I don't get up at 5 a.m., I definitely got to get up by 6, no later than maybe 6:15, 6:20, because I always have to beat the sun up. And if you ask my wife, some mornings when I'm pushing it and I peep out the window and I see the sun is getting ready to come up, I rush out that house so quick, because I just want to get out, look up in the sky, see it dark, and be like, yes, I beat it. I just got my first win for the day. So I'm telling you now, you have to do that. Now, for those of you who, let's say if you work night shift, well, that means you have to figure out what time to get up. It's really about consistency as more than it's about a set time, if you understand what I'm saying. So some people can't get up at 5 because they're probably working at 5. Let's say if you work from 12 a.m. to 8 a.m., well, you can't get up at 5. But you can actually get up at 5 p.m. maybe, because you have to set a time. And the reason why you want to set a time to schedule your day, because once you set a time to get up, when you get up, there are certain things you need to do, okay? There are certain things you need to do. One of my favorite books talks about this concept called savers. And they talk about the S for silence, the A for affirmation, the V for vision, the E for exercise, the R for reading, and the S for scribing. And what they suggest is, when you get up, the first thing you need to do, for a lack of a better way of explaining it, because I'm from the hood, so I say it different. When you first get up, the first thing you need to do within the first hour or two of your day, which means you have to have enough time to do it, the first thing you want to do is get yours, if you understand what I'm saying. So I always tell people, I got to get mine when I first get up. And see, there was a time when I didn't schedule my day, I wasn't getting mine. And what that means is if I'm waking up at 11 and I got to be somewhere by 12:15, I don't got time to pray. I ain't got time to do my affirmations, to read my goals. I ain't got time to exercise. I ain't got time to study and train and read books and do all this stuff and map my day out. And now I get into my day and I'm rushing, I'm under pressure, I'm stressed, I'm aggravated, I'm mad because I didn't get mine. So whatever the time is that you set to get up, you have to implement a certain regimen in that first 1 to 2 hour window. So for me, if I get up at 5 a.m., right, that means I have at least 2.5 hours, because by 7, my schedule on my calendar shows me you got to start getting ready, you know, like to go to the office most of the time, or at least you need to be up and prepared for any meetings.
It's just a comment when you finish.
Okay, yeah, my phone dead.
You can't see it on there?
Oh,
man.
Nope, my phone dead.
Okay.
What was the comment?
You want another comment?
Yeah, what's the comment?
Okay, I'm going to bring it to you. Because I'm logged in on the computer.
Okay. Yeah, my phone gone. So I thank you for the comment. Whoever left me a comment, I appreciate it. So savers, this is like an acronym for the main things that you need to be doing, but you just got to make sure whenever you set a time to get up, you give yourself at least an hour or two. Then once you get yours, now you need to focus on the main things, okay? The main things. We got to focus on, like, if you looked at my calendar is going to show I get up at a certain time. I have a window for faith, for fitness. I have a window for my savers, for my goals, my prayer, my exercise, my Starbucks run, for my studying and reading and all that, so that once I get finished with this and I start my day, I'm talking about when you start the work day. When you start your work day, what was the comment? Let me see here. Let's see here. Comment. Is it Alex?
Yeah.
I just started diving into learning about business today. I found out what a holding company is, and I know that it is what I'm meant to do. Thanks for the awesome content. Alex says, I'm 18 years old. If you ever see Trotman Industries sometime in the future, that's most likely going to be me. Come on through here, Alex. I hear you, bruh. I'm proud of you, boy. Keep it going. Do what you got to do, baby man. Do it. He 18, young man, getting started. So you want to start your work day. And this is where you should be thinking about, what are the main things that I need to do when I start my day? If you're an entrepreneur, you should be thinking about the main things you have to do to run your business. And I look at it through the lens of the top 5 corporate roles in a business, right? So you have the CSO, or let me just simplify it. You got a sales responsibility in your business. I should put what's important first. You got a marketing responsibility for your business, right? You have a sales responsibility. You have a financial responsibility. You have operations. These are the 5 top corporate roles. And this is like executive. This is the CEO right here, right? So as the executive, if you're doing your due diligence to get yours, you're actually checking that box here, because you're setting the trajectory for your day. But once you start your work day, your calendar that day, your schedule that day should be filled with marketing your business. You should always have either a time to start the day doing it, or times throughout the day, because we're on social media time now, because you could do it all day. And you need to have time to sell, and time to look at your finances, and time to focus on your operations. It doesn't matter if you have people doing this, you should still have your finger on the pulse of these things. But again, if you're an entrepreneur, you ain't got executives doing all this. You got to focus on all this. And I promise you, if you take what I'm saying to you and you start incorporating it into your daily disciplines, you will see an increase in your business income. I promise you. I promise you. That's just the way it is. Now, here's the good part about everything that I'm saying. I have online courses, as well as a 1-year coaching and mentorship program that teaches you all this stuff that I'm talking about. Like I have an online course, a whole online program. It's called The Millionaire Blueprint. It's made up of hundreds of video lessons. But one of the courses that I have on that program is a course on goal setting. And in that course, I teach you how to set goals, how to set daily schedules, how to identify what your targets, how to make contacts, how to monitor and assess your daily successes, and how to fill up your calendar. This is what we're talking about right here. But I also teach you other things that you have to learn about running your business, creating an operating system for your business, learning how to sell and market, and getting better at your finances and building a business infrastructure like what Alex was talking about, a holding company. I have all these courses in this program to teach you these things because I'm giving you what I've used to get to where I am. That's why I call it a millionaire blueprint, because it is a blueprint. It is my personal playbook. So I know it works, but you got to be willing to work it. And again, I also have a coaching program, 1 year. Maybe you don't want to just get educated by me. You want to be mentored by me and coached by me. So I would love to give you access to my goal setting course, to show you how to schedule your days as an entrepreneur, and to really teach you how to build a successful business. So you want to take me up on that offer? I would love to speak with you. And all you have to do is just text the word millionaire. Text millionaire right now to 404-478-7213. You text the word millionaire to that number, and we're going to reach back out to you. And I hope we can at least give you enough value that you will decide today to join our program, and we can give you access to our goal setting course. You can download our template so that you can start mapping out your schedules and your daily action steps and your contacts that you need to make, and really crafting a daily discipline that can really change your life, because it's going to directly impact your business. Like that's one of the biggest things that has attributed to where I am today. I know if I didn't create a daily schedule and become disciplined like I have just in my own personal life and be consistent with it, I wouldn't be where I am in my business and in my finances. So I look forward to speaking with you. All you have to do is text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213, and we'll reach back out to you. We're just going to ask you a few questions to help identify with what exactly do you need help with the most and what's most important to you. We'll share information with you during that call about our signature online training program called the Millionaire Blueprint. We can talk to you and give you information about our 1 year coaching and mentorship program. Maybe you want me to mentor you, and you can make the decision on what works best for you. We provide probably by far the best business and financial training in a comprehensive way on the internet today. I mean, I know what a lot of my competitors are doing, and a lot of them do not have, most of them, I could say that and be honest, most of them don't have as comprehensive of a program like I do, because I'm teaching you about starting and structuring holding companies. I'm teaching you about real estate investing. I'm teaching you about goal setting and setting your daily schedules. I'm teaching you about sales, about marketing, about financial systems like QuickBooks. I'm teaching you creative tax strategies. I'm teaching you financial literacy. Like what I teach you in this program, it's game changing. What you say?
Let them know that we do have some courses that they can do.
Yep. What was the question? Let's see, we have a question. Let's see, wish some free coaching courses were available. Wink, wink. Yeah, we got some available. All you need to do is text millionaire to this number, and let's speak with you very quickly, my friend, and see where you are and what we can do to help you and get you on one of our courses or programs. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I love and appreciate all of you. Thank you for joining the show today. Be sure to put in the comments, get in that comment section right now, and let me know what your biggest takeaway was from today's show. Let me know what was like the aha thing you got from me and from the show today. I would really, really appreciate it. And again, you want to be educated on these things, you want to be mentored and coached, text millionaire to this number so my team and I can have an opportunity to speak with you, answer any questions you may have, and help direct you to the courses and to the content and to the training programs that will assist you to get into your place of financial freedom. Appreciate you. We'll be back here tomorrow, Wednesday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Ramon Preston Show. Until tomorrow,